Hey Virgo, welcome to your October monthly intuitive reading. If you are returning to my channel, thank you so much for coming back. And if you're new, then welcome. Make sure you go ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss any future updates. So this is a general overview for the month of October. So if you're a Virgo sun, rising or moon, then these messages may resonate for you. Once you finish watching the reading, you'll also have the opportunity to join me for the extended. If you want to do that, the video description that's just below here has a little arrow next to it, and if you just go ahead and click that, it will bring up the link directly to my website, romywyser.com. In the extended, we talk for another 20 minutes or so, and we also look at some specific messages for those of you in relationships, if you're looking for love, if you have questions around career and work, and also a message to soothe your soul and help you navigate through the energies of October. So if the reading resonates for you, please do go ahead, drop me a like and a comment, and thanks so much for tuning into the channel. Let's get started and see what's coming out in October for you, Virgo. How was your solar returns? How was Virgo season for you? Are you still processing, stepping into this new energy cycle? So we're now well into Libra season, which is your second house. So do you have money on your mind? Focus on security right now. We have this new moon in Libra on the 28th of September, which is really going to be helping to give you a kickstart in this area of your life. New ideas and inspirations, maybe the motivation to start something new, to bring in more of a stability or sense of security for you. Okay, so we are opening up your reading for October, Virgo, with the Three of Wands. I really like this energy because it feels for me like we're ready to expand our horizons. We're really ready for some new experiences. And I feel like in some regard, you're also stepping up somewhere. And I think that that power boost that you will have received during Virgo season has really helped you to get clear-minded. And maybe it is second house activity that we're really thinking about here. What are you looking to invest your time, energy and resources into? Where are you looking to see a return? What potential do you want to realize within yourself? Maybe some of you are looking to move up that career ladder, step into more of a leadership position. The Three of Wands talks to me about having the passion, the drive, the initiative and the motivation to make something happen. Okay, there is a period of waiting where you have to, send that energy out and really then move into an energy of preparing yourself to receive that coming back. Okay, so there's an openness that I always love to pick up with the quality of the Three of Wands that says, I know if I do the right things and if I align my thoughts and my energy in the right way, then the universe will deliver and it will bring back to me. So we open up October with Pluto also moving direct on the 3rd, and Pluto and Saturn have both been in your 5th house. So 5th house governing romance, beauty, creativity, and it's likely that these retrograde planets, Pluto's been retrograde since the 24th of April in Capricorn, moving through this 5th house for you, Virgo. So there's probably been a lot of inner work in these areas, and now as we move direct, it's a time for you to process and really start to bring things back out into the light. Pluto helps us to deal with a lot of that shadow side of these themes and what's been going on. So maybe there's been some deconstruction, but for me this big bold opening into your reading in October is very suggestive that you are actually really ready to take the next step with something. I also have a lot of news incoming with this. So I think for those of you that are waiting for news, particularly overseas, I want to say, expect there to be a lot of communication happening early in October. What's also quite interesting is that Mercury moves into Scorpio, Mercury being the planet of communication, on the 3rd of October. Now, when we move into Scorpio season later this month on the 23rd, Scorpio actually hits your 3rd house of communication. So Mercury in Scorpio, I think, is going to deliver some interesting communication for you, Virgo. And in this position, Mercury is instinctive. He's deep, he's searching, and he's really curious, but there's this drive, there's this sense of strategic kind of planning, really stepping forward with a desire to win, with a desire to achieve. And for me, this is really embodied in this Three of Wands energy that's opening up your reading as well, which I really like. So we have a full moon in Aries coming on the 13th of October. That full moon in Aries is going to be in your 8th house, Virgo, so transformation. It's also going to hit into the area of shared resources and finances. So maybe there's going to be a little focus around money matters for that first half of October as we're moving through Libra in your 2nd house, and then that 8th house activity steps forward. Okay, that's interesting. So 5 of Cups energy coming through for you. So I feel like the message that's being delivered here is you have to let go of past disappointments. You have to move away from the energy of maybe feeling like that things haven't worked out necessarily in the way that you expected them to, okay? Not everything has been revealed yet, and I think that's important. You know, there is a period of waiting that takes place with the Three of Wands energy. And so right now you might still find that you're in a little bit of that 5 of Cups where you're looking at what hasn't worked out quite so well, or where you're picking up the pieces of a fallout of some sort. But for me, this is representative. We have the bridge coming over the water here. We've got more cups that are standing that you're unable to see at this point in time. So I think it's important that you don't let the energy of this 5 stop you from moving forward and still maintaining and holding that vision of what it is that what you want. We have to remember that it's sometimes through those challenges, through those experiences where we don't always receive things in the way that we want to, and things don't always work out in our favor, but sometimes that can be a real blessing, Virgo. And for some reason I do feel that maybe something hasn't worked out quite the way you expected it to, because actually what's coming in or what's going to be delivered is going to be even better for you. So I think that it feels to me like I don't want you to spend too long looking back at what's been. This is really a time for us to drive forward, okay? For those of you that are waiting on communication or receiving news, maybe it's coming in not quite in the way that you expected. And again, I want to say, like, don't be too quick to make a judgment on it, Virgo, okay? I feel like there's a follow-up that could offer a bit of a silver lining. So if the initial news or messages that are coming are not kind of hitting the right note or what you expected, and there's maybe some disappointment or upset there, I do feel Wheel of Fortune stepping in. There's something unexpected that's going to come in right off the back of it that's offering a bit of a silver lining, okay? So this quality of the wheel coming in for you through the month of October, Virgo, I think is really important, because we are now in this, I think, quite interesting period where a lot of the redirections have started to take place. And for me, October is a month of almost revelation and showing where things are being rebalanced and why. So we had equinox coming in on the 23rd of September in Libra energy, helping to make adjustments and to bring more justice into different situations in your life. And I feel that the Wheel of Fortune energy is now coming in with an element of unexpected news or opportunity that's presenting itself, that you have to be really aware so that you don't miss it, okay? It's really important. If you're not looking in the right direction, there's a chance that you're going to miss what's coming through for you with this energy. And it really feels at this point it's about you maintaining that positive, optimistic outlook on things, even if what you are hoping and looking for hasn't fully manifested or hasn't fully materialized in your world yet, okay? I think that there's some interesting conversations that need to take place and that need to play out both energetically and in terms of communication. And remember, when Mercury is in Scorpio, it can be a little bit, it can be quite, it's not always the most direct, okay? So maybe there's going to be some situations where you don't quite know where you stand with something, because not all the information is going to be revealed straight away, or what is revealed could be quite surprising to you. So Eight of Pentacles energy coming in here, I feel bodes really well in terms of those of you that are looking to gain advancement and make any moves or changes in and around career or work. There's definitely a kind of a very focused energy with this, and I feel like, you know, we touched upon that last month in September for you, Virgo, that even though there was a lot of that fire energy that was surrounding you, you were very focused upon what it is that you wanted to achieve and what that vision looked like. And remember, this Three of Wands is telling you just keep going with this vision, and it is going to take that hard work, it is going to take that dedication, that commitment, and that sense of honing your craft, honing your message. So I feel for those of you that are trying to express, communicate, or articulate something to another person, whether that be in a relationship sense or whether that be in something that you're doing work-wise or project-wise, it may be that you have to return to something more than once to get the right message across, the right tone, the right words, so that it really represents what it is, like the right intention behind it. That's kind of what I want to say around what's coming through with this card. I feel for some of you there is the opportunity to look at actually gaining some new skill, or investing in yourself to kind of put yourself through some kind of upskilled or new training, or allowing yourself to be the student again, really, to be able to learn a new subject matter that is going to be, I want to say, really important as we move toward the end of the year, Virgo. So there's something that you are investing in for yourself. Now this could be as simple as just taking a mini course online, to actually putting yourself through something more significant, or wanting to learn something more about the job that you're perhaps in at the moment. But I feel like there's some sense of you understanding that you need to invest in yourself in order to realize a potential and to be able to actually step up into this energy of Three of Wands that's coming in, okay? And for some of you, you know, that might be hitting into some self-doubt if we have had some disappointment that's happened of late, okay? I think for those of you that are focused in and around relationships at the moment, for me this is a card that says it's going to take that commitment. It's going to take, you know, okay, it might feel a little hard work, a little uphill, but you're going to get out of this what you put into it. And it's also about, don't miss the details. It's in the small things that you are going to build stronger foundations and really be able to reap the rewards of how much energy you choose to direct and focus into that particular relationship, whatever relationship you are focused on at the moment, okay? Okay, so it certainly feels Five of Pentacles energy. Some of you could have been experiencing some sort of loss or disappointment, and you know, both fives in this reading is definitely suggestive that, you know, this is either hitting you emotionally, perhaps it's hitting you financially, but I feel like you are, maybe you are trying to focus all of your energies into something else to distract yourself from what is going on here. So where do you feel on the periphery, on the outside of something? There's almost a sense of loss or kind of just feeling quite isolated, the energy that's coming through with this. But I need you to not allow these fives to dominate or to set the tone for the month of October, because I don't feel they're small players in what this bigger picture is about, okay? For me, that opening of that really bold Three of Wands and the wheel energy coming in, helping to transform things, is saying just don't get too caught up with these energies. Disappointment has a lot to show us. This is about you being able to feel the feelings and understand where they're coming from. Why are you being triggered in this way? What is the situation that's causing you to feel insecure? Insecure in your emotions, insecure in your stability. You know, if this is money or financially related, remember, money is just energy. So we're still going back to the question of what is not making you feel secure within yourself. Here's where I feel you can make a bigger breakthrough. Okay, so Page of Swords energy coming through. And I think what's interesting with the energy from this card, you could be dealing with an air sign here, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. But I feel like where we're going with this is again about a lot of news and communication coming your way, okay? And this is also reminding you about how you are expressing yourself. Remember, we talked about that a little bit with the 8, and just saying that you have to maybe revisit your message more than once to be able to articulate it in the right way. I feel that you're being given the energy of the page to actually help you do that, Virgo. So what I want to say to you is that there's going to be something important through this month where you need to express yourself in a very specific way, okay? And that may result in some disappointment or some upset to others. And actually, I kind of feel like that's where this is going, this reading. It almost feels like this might not necessarily be your disappointment, but the disappointment you are causing others by the communication that you are having to express, okay? But remember, this is about you honoring your true feelings, knowing what it is that you need, making sure that you are looking to the bigger picture and what your vision for the future looks like. Because I feel like this is about you. There's a level of integrity that comes through for me with that 8 of Pentacles energy, and I feel that's quite representative of you, Virgo, in this particular reading. So I want to say that I know you have your best intentions around this, and you might have to think carefully just about how you express that so that it comes across in the right way. It also feels to me that there is a need for a lot of open communication. So through Libra in the first half of October, I think it's a really positive energy to help you achieve that. As we move into Scorpio season, just be careful. There's not too much of a desire to try to be subliminal. Just like there's going to be a need to be more direct at times. So don't shy away from that, or you risk people misinterpreting or misunderstanding what it is that you have to say, okay? So Venus is moving into Scorpio on the 8th of October. And so for those of you in relationships, this is really an energy that wants to commit. It wants to feel loved. It wants to feel bonded. It wants to feel the unity. And there's a complete focus on one another. It can be quite intense. So for those of you meeting new people, it's likely there would be high levels of attraction and chemistry coming in as that energy is with us. Okay, so just as we're talking about relationships, we have the Lover's card coming in. So this could be a Gemini energy, or certainly indicating a new connection, a new partnership, a new relationship. If this is work related, because we do have this 3 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles, I feel that from a business partnership perspective, again, I just want to say, make sure you are communicating what it is that you need, how you see the lay of the land, what your vision is. I feel that's really, really important this month, Virgo, okay? To avoid any kind of upset or distress or feeling like you're not aligned, okay? For those of you in terms of like personal relationships, then for me that this is coming in and suggestive of there being a lot of communication, a lot more openness, and maybe we're having to deal with some sort of disappointment or loss that's either already happened or is in and around the energy at the moment. I want to say I feel that this is pertinent to existing relationships, Virgo, and for some of you, you might even be dealing with a third-party situation with that Lover's energy coming in. But there's something about the way that you are looking at yourself this month and seeing how that is being reflected back to you in the relationships that are around you, if that makes sense, Virgo. I think because you've changed, this is what I want to say, you've changed, and so you're looking at the people around you and you're having a conversation that says, do I still feel aligned with the energy of these friendships, of these relationships, of these colleagues, even of these family members? It's just like, what needs to change for me to feel more at ease now? Remember, where you have that 5th house activity with Pluto and Saturn, as we move towards that conjunction on 20th of January, pinnacle point, you're really sort of building up to a huge transformation in that 5th house activity. So romance, children, creativity, beauty, harmony, all these themes in your world are being really pushed and reflected back to you, and it's about how you're seeing yourself and what that means in terms of how you need to communicate and express yourself, and being unafraid of any loss or changes to your world as a result of that. Okay, so 2 of Pentacles energy comes in. So right under the 5, we definitely might be dealing with some financial strain or issues, okay? Or perhaps you're feeling like you're really having to juggle around investments or resources through the month of October. Definitely some flux happening for you. I feel that whatever is going on around this area, you have enough focus. Again, the same energy from September, you've got enough focus to be able to take back control, but it does require you to be very clear and articulate yourself in a very specific way to those that you need to be in having conversations with, so that everybody's really clear about the picture of things, okay? So even though we have quite a challenging kind of line of energy here, I actually feel that within this you have options, you have choices, and the reading is suggesting a need for flexibility from you, okay? So again, when we talk about needing to communicate in a specific way, you might have to be a little bit less fixed in your outlook of things in order to navigate your way through some of the challenges that might present themselves with these energies, okay? So I'm just going to pull a couple of outcome cards based on what we've talked about. Okay, so beautiful, full energies coming through. So as we navigate our way through this journey in October, for me it feels as long as you are communicating and expressing yourself in the right way and you are being adaptable and flexible within the approach, what it's offering you is a brand new beginning and a chance to really bring a fresh initiative and a fresh inspiration into a situation that maybe previously has felt a little bit blocked, okay? So I do feel you're going to get some real support and sort of divine guidance that's going to help you overcome any challenges that are being presented with these 5 energies. But remember what I said, it feels to me that, in some regard, you might be the instigator of this rather than the receiver of this, okay? And I think that's important. Okay, Knight of Wands energy coming through. So it could be a fire sign here that you're dealing with, a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. But if you look at the movement that's coming in from both of these cards, it's really profound. So I feel as we move toward the end of October, Virgo, you are really embarking on a brand new path, and things are happening very, very quickly, okay? So where there may have been some bumps in the road, shall we say. I actually, even with the energy of the wheel coming in, I think this energy is going to be the instigator of whatever happens very quickly come end of October, okay? So remember, you're going to have to be light on your feet, think in a very, I want to say in a very quick way. You know, Page of Swords is also, you know, that's the kind of pace of being able to just make a decision quickly. This is what I feel is going to happen toward the end of October or at some point through the month, Virgo. You are going to be put in a position where you're going to have to very quickly express yourself and, you know, come to a decision, come to a choice, come to a conclusion. Remember, Lovers is about choices here, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and pull some oracle cards to see how they are reflecting the reading for us. Okay, connection. I really like this card for you actually, and there's an awful lot of water symbolism going on here with the shells and the starfish. So I feel this is about emotional connection, Virgo, right? I think it's important that you are emotionally connected to what your heart is telling you and what your heart's guiding you towards, okay? So that you don't end up making decisions that you may later regret or aren't going to fully fulfill your needs and leave you in a place of feeling either a sense of emotional disappointment or loss. I also feel that in the communication and what it is that you're going to have to deliver to individuals in your realm, in your social circle, in your family, in your relationships through October, because there's going to be somewhere where you're going to have to be having these conversations. I think it's also important that you are coming at it from a compassionate, heart-centered place, and even if it causes ripples and challenges, people will still feel the energy beneath that, okay? So I'm just going to go and take a look at the moon cards to see what sort of timing we're picking up with this. Okay, Virgo, what do you need to release under the waning moon? I kind of pick up a sort of winter scene around here as well, so I'm going to say that I feel the energy of what's going on in your October reading, Virgo, is kind of moving into, you know, the end of the year over that sort of winter period for us as well. But I think that this is a reminder as well about not looking back at what hasn't worked or thinking about what you have to lose. It's about thinking about what you have to gain. Okay, so that has to be also a powerful factor in the choices and decisions and what's unfolding through the month of October. Okay, in order to make space and allow for new energies and new opportunities, that Wheel of Fortune energy to come in and support you, there are going to be things that you're going to have to let go of. Okay, so this is probably a perfect Virgo card. Overthinking can spoil the magic. So when you do move into your head and into that very mercurial energy, Virgo, you have a tendency to just get on that runaway train sometimes, and it feels that if you take too long, and this is what I'm saying about, there's some sort of like urgency, I think, that comes in with choices and decisions, or the expression or the way that you need to communicate something. There's a situation that arises where you're having to think so quickly. So stopping and taking too long is almost not missing the opportunity, but it does feel, you know, Wheel of Fortune's coming in really unexpected, so you have to seize it, seize the moment. This isn't about you moving backwards, you know, there's so much wonderful new vibrant energy coming in for you. So I feel, be open, and when that opportunity arises where you have to think quickly, try not to move too much into that typical overanalyzing, you know, it can serve you so well in so many instances, Virgo, but I feel for some reason through this month of October, this is about you doing things a little bit differently. Remember, you know, there's been profound change that's taken place as you know, came through your solar returns and we start a new cycle. So how has that changed you? Okay, Virgo, so I hope that that reading has resonated for you for your month of October. If it has, please do go ahead, drop me a like or a comment, and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future updates. If you would like to join me for the extended reading, I would love to see you there. So in the extended, we will talk for another 20 minutes or so and just go into this in a little bit more detail and see what else comes out. We'll also do some specific cards around those of you that are in relationships or looking for a relationship, specifically around career. And also, as an intuitive guide, it's really my desire to help soothe your soul. So through the work that I do and the readings that I offer, this is always the message that I have. So I'd also take a moment to see how we can help you in that way through the month of October. So if you would like to join me for the extended, you can go ahead and click on the arrow next to the video description and it'll extend and show you the link to purchase, or you can go to my website romywyser.com. So I'm just going to clarify the cards here. So the Three of Wands is coming out with Queen of Swords, which could be an air sign that you're dealing with, Gemini, Libra or Aquarius. Clarifying the Five of Cups here, Knight of Coins, which could be yourself, Virgo. Also a Taurus or Capricorn. Just clarifying the Wheel here. Two of Swords. Okay, so again, we talked about decisions and choices coming through for you this month in October. Six of Coins. Definitely a focus in and around money and finances for you in October, Virgo. Eight of Pentacles, bringing in the King of Coins. So this does actually feel like you, Virgo, although you could be dealing with a Capricorn or Taurus additionally. Five of Pentacles is bringing through the Strength card, which makes perfect sense. So you could also be dealing with a Leo energy here. So remember we talked about communication or the expression that you're making that may upset others. So Page of Swords is bringing in Ten of Coins. So security, family related. And with the Lovers, we have this Seven of Swords. That's interesting. Okay. So definitely could be a third-party situation. I think we'll go into that in more detail. Four of Cups in the extended reading. So Two of Pentacles is bringing in Three of Coins. There's an awful lot of earth energy in this reading for you, Virgo. And I think there's some interesting narratives coming in and around work, which I want to explore further in the follow-up reading for those of you who are focused there. Three of Wands has come up again, which is wonderful. Okay, clarifying the Fool there. And Ace of Swords. Okay, I'm just going to pull one more for that, actually. Three of Cups. Okay, Virgo, I think there's some really interesting narratives that we can explore a bit further. So if you'd like to go ahead and join me, I look forward to seeing you shortly. Otherwise, I wish you a wonderful month of October. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate your support, and I hope this has helped. Take care.